What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Nerd Castle. My name is Splattercat, and I'm happy to welcome you here once again to Rogue Legacy, our second episode where I piddle around, make myself look like a fool, and generally just be terrible at the game. Now that we've got a few upgrades under our belt, however, I think we're going to be moving through a little bit more proficiently. We're playing a Paladin right now. If we press the Y button on my Xbox 360 gamepad, we can actually block things. I strongly recommend, I'm going to revisit that, I strongly recommend using a gamepad for this one. It's one of those games that I just don't feel right with anything else. The whole juxtaposition of gameplay just doesn't agree with me without a gamepad, so now that we've got a little bit of attack upgrades, I think we'll be alright as we clear through some of these mobs, just hacking, slashing, and cleaving as hard as we can. God, this is a well-laden hallway. This hallway is well guarded. So we'll run through, grab a little bit of money. I don't really know how long I want to stick this one out before we do a boss attempt. I think we could probably get away with a boss attempt. Oh, I don't know my HP. I forget what ability gives that. Oh yeah, Feel No Pain. That's what Feel No Pain does. CIP. I was telling you in the first episode I forgot what it does. And I'm filming these back to back, by the way, just so you guys know. I actually didn't wait to hear. I actually just wanted to play the game more. I've beaten it. I've played loads of this game, and I see myself playing loads more, even if I don't continue the series. This actually makes a pretty good game for streaming, too, because I can just play it nonstop, but I don't have my streaming account set up. I don't even know how the whole thing works, so I'm a creature of habits. I get nervous when I start new things. It is what it is. Anxiety's a bitch like that. Wait for him to shoot, then we'll drop down and take him out. Alright. We're doing pretty well right now. Now that I can one-shot everything... Oh, no jumping, but we do have a dash, so I think we can make it. So the dash is going to allow us to get in between these platforms for the challenge. Oh, damn it. Well, there goes that. I fell off the edge like a dunce. And since I don't know what my health is, I'm forced to play very carefully here. Hopefully we don't run into him, because coming into contact with enemies takes your health, running into their projectiles takes your health, breathing too heavily takes your health, everything hurts you in this game. Hey, we found the boss room already. What a rapid, lovely turn of events. So we'll get a little bit more cash. There are some upgrades we can pick up later on. Ooh, the Knight's Chestplate. Very, very nice. Very nice. I forget what this boss even does. It's been a while since I've killed the first boss. The ones that I am very familiar with are the big slime boss, because it took me a long time to beat him, but once I got the strategy down, he was super easy. And then the other boss that took me a bit to get used to, but after that I cleared him every single time, was Ponce de Leon. Ponce de Leon is not so bad once you get used to him. And this room was conspiring. Conspiracy, my friends, conspiracy. I'm actually going to abandon my post up there. Oh no. And since I don't know how much health I have, I am forced to evade as aggressively as possible. We're going to kill this skeleton because the less projectiles I have to dodge, the better. Oh, it didn't kill him with one hit. I forgot the drop slash does less damage. Forgot. Just absolutely forgot. So let's be a little bit careful from here on out. I've got to be getting low. I mean, I've got to be. There's no way that I'm not sitting at like one hit left right now. But then again, maybe the game's just making me paranoid. As soon as I get life drain, this is going to turn into an endless I never die type event. Life drain is one of those game changers. That chest actually had a lot of gold in it. I'm pretty happy with that result. Let me go break some furniture real fast. Cleave some chairs. Just kind of bludgeon everything with a surface on it that'll give me loot. Are there any chandeliers or anything? No, I didn't miss anything. Unfortunately, we'll dodge him by line of sight, and we're not going to allow him to come up and around. I think I can kill him before he swings. The joys of being faster than your enemies. These little ledges right here can be a risk, though, so you want to be careful because their swing occupies the entire ledge. So dropping down to take a swing at them can be risky. If you try and bounce off their heads, kind of juggle off their heads too much, you can get yourself into trouble, too. If I'm walking by any secret rooms, I apologize for submitting you to hyperventilation. I don't mean to. I'm just pretty much legally blind. This is the edge of the zone, and since we really don't want to go to the level 60, 70 area, I'm going to avoid it for now. We might be up to the task of doing a little bit of the forest right now. I don't really know. Nope, that one's going to take me to Land of Darkness too, so that's just a giant circle of pain over there. Like a family reunion. There is just no aspect of that whole thing that we want to visit. And so let's go ahead and drop down in here. I went to a family reunion when I was like 6, and to this day it remains one of the most boring memories of my life. It was like in a completely different state, so it wasn't even at your own house. You just had to be there. And as an 8-year-old, it's really tough to be away from home for like 2 weeks. Journal entry number 3. I have paid my dues and entered the castle proper. The devil Charon has taken all that I own as payment. He has even pilfered my private coffers, as I left my wife and my children with nothing. So he knows about the Swiss bank account too, and the one in the Caymans. He says it's the price for any and all who hazard the depths of the castle. He says it is fair. It's fair because all who have entered, none have returned, but I will change that. I will be victorious. There's no greater swordsman than I, even among my siblings. But you know what they say, The world's greatest swordsman does not fear the world's second best swordsman. He fears the world's worst swordsman because he doesn't know what the dumbass will do. I don't even remember where I read that. I read that somewhere, and I can't recall where I read that. But I don't think the payment's exactly fair. Why am I paying to get my ass kicked here? I was okay with that entire diatribe from Chiron until he mentioned the word fair. And since nobody ever comes back, you'd think it'd just be free. Be like, yeah, welcome to the funhouse, bitch. And that's what you get. Ooh, this is gonna be a fun area. Looks like it rotates as you go along. And so what we're gonna do... Oh, no. Alright, so... No! I almost made it. Almost made it. That was a nasty room for the first area. That was quite nasty. Let's see if we can... I don't know, maybe somebody will drop some food down in here. I don't think we're feeling so well right now. I don't see any treasures or anything of that nature that's bidding me welcome. These mobs that are trapped in walls are actually pretty sweet once you have life drain, because then you can hit them and get health, but they can't retaliate. Ooh, and we got that guy, but I'm just going to abandon the coin because I accidentally zoned. Hey, there's a little bit of food. Maybe we'll be able to take another hit. This whole thing is rapidly degenerating into just a mess. And I always like to burst through there. I don't know what it is. I prefer it. Never hesitate to D-zone if you have to, actually. Something to think about. And I just realized I haven't been using the shield attack at all. And so that's how it works right there. You can actually block things and it takes your MP instead of your HP. Pretty useful, all things considered. For some bosses, it's a pretty useful ability. Just something to think about as you're playing through. Some bosses use a lot of projectiles, and for those situations where there's no dodge solution, there's no way to evade properly, it's a pretty good thing to have on board. Let's take a look at the map real fast. Looks like we only missed one room, which may, unfortunately, lead up to the Maya, so let's check out the forest for a little bit. This is the level 20-ish zone. The mobs here are a little bit nastier. I mean, they aren't that much worse. There's a few additions, like there's some wolves and things of that nature. There's some new skeletons. I don't want to bait that wolf just yet. Let's see what we can do here. So I'm going to bait the wolf down to there. Come on, wolf. There we go. And once he gets down, there we go. Got him. The wolf can be tough to deal with because they're fast as hell. They also have a pretty unpredictable jump that they pop off every now and again, which reaction speed is the only way you're going to make it. I hear a horse up here. These aren't so bad, actually. They have a tendency to get bugged and stuck in the walls, like that one is over there in the corner. I'm sure they'll probably fix that in a patch, but it's just something I've noticed as I've played through. Looks like we've got a rather nice chest up here, so we're going to loot that too. We got ourselves the Squire's Cape, which is always good. Let me see if I can get this wolf, do kind of a Toro act here, and we got him. Good, good, good. Those wolves make me nervous, especially the higher level ones that start doing really unpredictable, weird stuff. Let's see if I can sprint through. Can I get him? No. Okay, good. We've also got to deal with these guys with these things on chains here, which are no fun. However, just a word of advice, their chain ball right there breaks off when you kill them. If you can get it to break off while the ball is in the wall, it'll actually destroy the obstacle and you won't have to deal with it anymore. It'll just blow up, so that's that if you can pull it off. Unfortunately, I wasn't really thinking ahead right there, so we get what we get, unfortunately. Check out some of these. Oh, okay, this guy's not so bad. So what this guy does is he just turns around when you hit him. He knocks you back like that, which can be precarious in areas that have a lot of spikes and things of that nature. We also have the opportunity to jump around behind him and just smack him repeatedly in the ass, prison style, until he goes down. We'll grab the remainder of these coins, see if we can get a little bit. Yeah, there's some goodies right there. We've actually got a pretty good haul for our level right now. We're doing pretty good on this playthrough, or doing pretty well, I suppose. While we run through here, I can just hear my grammar teacher flinching when I say stuff like that. I don't remember what this guy does, to be honest. Looks like he just fires stuff in every direction. That's not so bad. Now, I think that jump right there is going to be too high for me to make it. I probably could have leap jumped off of him to get up in there, but there is a double jump that you can unlock, and it's going to allow us access to some of the treasure as we get further in. Got a little bit of time. Oh, no, I missed it. Okay, let's go up on this guy. We can do it. Believe! Believe in yourself. All right, so up and over we go. There's a guy floating through the background right there. I noticed in the background of the forest, Santa Claus is out there every now and again, which I'm not really sure why. I don't know if... Oh, we've got a new mage, too. I forgot about them. They put a little rune on the ground, and if that piece of stone hits you, it just hurts like hell. It actually does a lot of damage, so you want to watch out for that. We got that little guy right there. There's one more right there. Let me go ahead and sprint jump over to here. And there we are. So nice and solved. We haven't gotten a lot of fairy chests yet, but then again, I don't really care because I'm no good at dealing with fairy chests anyways, so... Oh, and they're higher level than I expected, so we're gonna have to do a little bit of extra damage. Oh, there's so many of them. Never mind. I'm gonna disengage, reset them. Never hesitate to rezone, my friends. Never hesitate to rezone. It never lowers your chances of success. I'll put it like that. It looks like we can use that for defilade and hit them through it, which is what I'm gonna do for now. Just wait until they get stuck on it and hit them through it. In roguelikes, there is no such thing as cheating, my friends. There is only playing smart. And so I'm actually pretty surprised we've gotten this far in the forest. This is a pretty good playthrough for us. We're not doing too badly. I would like to see a few more runes go down, though, because that's the big difference between, like, a really... Oh, I did something incredibly stupid right as I was saying I was doing well. I jumped right into him. I have nobody to blame for that one but myself, and we almost made it through 2 layers there, but we were in an area we probably shouldn't have been. We may be about ready for the first boss. I don't really remember what he does, though. He does something. I think he just follows you around and spawns little eyeballs or something like that. I don't exactly recall. What else do we have here? I can upgrade the mage. I don't really like the mage. I don't play the mage that often. What that allows us to do is it allows us to switch our spells. Every mage will come with 3 spells instead of 1, and I know I haven't been using spells very much, but that's because I don't fall back on them except on bosses very often. I tend to use a lot of throwing knives if I have those, but I'll upgrade... Let's take a look at what we have at the blacksmith's office right now. Oh, it picked one. Never mind, did I pick? Yeah, I think I did pick that one. It's my fault. I wasn't paying attention. My short memory sabotaging me once again. We don't have the potential weight to unlock that guy right there. We can unlock it, but we can't equip it. So it may be time to start upgrading our weight a little bit. And we can't unlock those boots either. There is a cape here, which gives us an increased critical chance, which is kind of nice, I guess. I like, if you look at the top of the screen, this little mannequin dude talks trash as you beat the hell out of him. Makes you just want to hit him more. I found myself sitting there strangely just smacking him with things. We'll upgrade the Barbarian to the Barbarian King. That's going to give us the shout that allows us to knock enemies back and destroy projectiles in certain cases. Very nice thing to have. We can also unlock the Shinobi, which is my favorite class. But for now, I'm going to save him for a little bit. I'm going to upgrade attack a little bit and then also throw one into health. In the early game, you really want to focus on both health and attack. I can't stress that enough. You don't want to be trying to make up a deficit later on in the game. If you end up... Ooh, I've got the Chakram. That's one of my favorite magic spells, so we'll be okay there. The Chakram is a boomerang, essentially. It just throws out and comes back, but what that does is when it turns around, it actually means that you'll get extra hits. This character's colorblind, which is a little obnoxious. Some of the defects your characters can have actually bother me because I get motion sick, so one of the ones... I forget which one it is, but it makes the edge of the screen all fuzzy. That one just makes me sick to my stomach, so that's one of the ones that I wish wouldn't show up every now and again, because that's basically a hero that I will never pick because it gives me just ridiculous vertigo. I don't know why having an area in the middle of the screen that's completely high resolution and an area... Oh, he's also obsessive compulsive, it looks like. I didn't read his abilities, so it is what it is, unfortunately, but I figured them out already. Obsessive compulsive means that we get 1 MP back from everything that we destroy. So, things around us, we want to use magic a little more. So there's the Chakram right there. It'll go back and it'll hit all those guys too, maybe kill a few. If you can get it to span the course of the entire level, it can wipe out a ton of enemies because it will hit stuff that's off screen. The Chakram is a very nice thing that I don't even know what I was thinking right there. It's really hard to talk and play this game. I think is really the point that I'm trying to get at. Playing this game while talking is so much worse than just playing it by yourself because your focus is broken. Alas, I guess I could try and do this in post-commentary, but I'm just not a fan. I'm just not a fan of post-commentary. This little area looks more or less like zombie bait. But then again, I think I already cleared it. I'm having trouble remembering what I was doing. My adolescent... Oh god. So this mob is not as terrible as it appears. My recommendation is to stand right here and just dodge things as they come. Now, when I kill him... he's actually going to start throwing a lot more rapidly, and that makes him a bit of a pain, especially if he throws a tight grid of things for you to dodge, but we managed to get him out of the way, and we're going to get a reward for it. So there's a treasure chest that has given us the Blood Helm. I don't like the Blood Gear, because it tends to be really weak in exchange for Vampirism, which you can get from runes anyways. I tend to rune for Vampirism, not gear for it. Just something that I personally have noticed as I played. What is going on here? Alright. God. Alright, so while my oh, it was take no damage, so that was a giant waste of my time. Ooh, snuck by there by the hair of our gums to mix up 2 sayings as ambiguously as possible. When you're going in these levels right here, don't go down with the fireballs. Drop down like this, That's advice that I think a lot of new players can take. Oh, he hit me. Urgh. I was talking and not paying attention. What a terrible run. But at least we killed a mini-boss, so that's okay. Mini-boss gave us a little bit of gold, a little bit of spending cash here. I'm going to go with the Paladin once again because, actually, let's go with the Knave. Let's go with... Oh, he's Insane. Never mind. So what Insane does is Insane makes monsters spawn that aren't actually there, so they can travel through you, but they fire projectiles and things to throw you off. Their projectiles don't hurt you. They don't hurt you, but they just add... They basically increase entropy. They just make the whole thing nasty. So, we'll go with the Paladin. Once again, my favorite class. He comes with knives. It's an all-around win-win. I'm going to spend our money this turn on... Let's go with another health. We'll go with another health there. And we'll just live with our choices. I'm not going to unlock the Blood Helm as of yet because I don't see it being that useful. The Blood Helm I unlocked in my previous playthrough. Never ended up using it. I equipped it once or twice. I equipped all the blood gear for a little bit because I liked the life drain in the early game, but it just makes you so weak. It nerfs your attack by quite a bit. That's really the recompense to the entire gear set. Oh, and I backtracked right there. Was not thinking. Sometimes it's amazing how a game that seems as though it's based completely on reflex times, like how quickly can you react to a situation, is actually intellectual and how you can plan things out ahead of time. So much of this game is me paying attention and not talking. But as I was saying, getting hit by idiotic projectiles there, making myself look stupid. As I was saying, it's an intellectual pursuit too, which is why I'm presumably so... God, my character's colorblind, so I didn't see that attack coming. I would assume that's why my character is so damned terrible at this whole thing. Or I'm not going to blame my character why I'm so terrible. An intellectual, I am not, my friends. I have squandered what chances I had at intellectual glory. In fact, I never really saw the allure of it anyways. Some people seem to get off on that sort of stuff. Me, whatever. Whatever. Leave me my Sega Genesis and I'll be happy in the long run of things. Oh, come on. That down slash got him. I know it did. Deep down, I gotta believe. Is that what Naruto says? I don't watch Naruto, but I know he's got something like that, like believe it or something like that is what he said. I tried to make a weak reference, you guys. I'm sorry. I tried. I tried so very, very hard. That painting is looking a little strange. Alright, I'm gonna wait for the Seekers to come to me first. Which reminds me, I like Legend of the Seeker. I don't know if you guys enjoyed Legend of the Seeker, but I loved that game. Or I'm sorry, that game. I loved that show. It was one of those shows that I just watched the hell out of. I was pretty sad when it went off the air. Oh, that's a Doomscape, so he's gonna shoot. He's higher level. He actually shoots projectiles at us, which are pretty nasty to dodge. And I hate them, and they make me sad, and they make me want to cry. Destroy all enemies, you say, is the fairy chest objective. Well then, my friend, you had better get ready to give me your sweet loots, because I am after them. So there's our first rune. It's the Curse rune, which I don't recall what the Curse rune does. I'll look at it in between levels. There's only a few runes that I actually ever ended up using. I used the double jump for a little while. I always use dash. I used the... nope, not even going to risk it. We don't have enough health. Certain rooms, that fairy chest objective was take no damage, and it was just a room full of nasty little traps. Looks like we've got another room with a journal entry here. Everything about this castle is off. I can't seem to keep track of my headings, and there's no sun or stars to guide me. I find myself backtracking constantly, and I must painstakingly map out my progress as I go along. The maps I have pilfered off the corpses of other adventurers are breathtakingly inaccurate. It's almost as if they were describing a different castle altogether. Perhaps this place does something to the mind, or are the stones truly shifting beneath my feet? It is the latter, my friend. It is a shape shifter. We've got to be getting close to the Maya, which is always above the initial castle. The forest is always to the right, the Maya is always above, and the nasty, evil place of which there is no return at this level is down below. I made the mistake of jumping straight in there when I was first starting out with the game, and you see right here, this little tunnel, it's a little darker. Because I'm colorblind right now, it's hard for me to show you, but you can walk down through there with your dwarfism characters, and then you actually don't have to worry about getting hit by projectiles or anything like that. Little things to take advantage of. Short characters tend to get more treasure too, because there's secret treasure rooms that hide around with all those. We had to bum rush that guy. We had no choice. His bum had to be rushed. So he's down. We'll kill him. Anything else up here to be worried about? A little bit of food. Get ourselves some victuals. That guy is going to shoot, and I always get nervous like it's going to go through the wall, because of all the mobs, they shoot through the walls randomly the most. And we're going to jump on his head. That's a skill you should probably learn too. Being able to repeatedly down drop on your enemies is actually fairly useful. You'll end up using it at higher levels a lot because certain enemies just can't be approached properly with the way the level's set up. Or the floor plan, I should say. And so, still checking all my portraits, you'll see, because you never want to take a free hit that you can avoid. This game very much relies on the fact that you'll probably have some health laying around somewhere at some point. What a strange hallway. I'm going to check for anything I can jump through here. Because I'm colorblind, I have trouble seeing some of the darker colored stones that are going to let me get through, but kill that guy through the wall. Keep ourselves nice and safe. Does he have anything that I want over there? There's no chest symbol on the map, so I'm going to assume no. But his meager coin is what I will take in return for him just being a jerky jerk face and shooting things at me. Always consider to be a rude course of action. If you're going to have people to a sexy, fancy dinner party, the chances of swingery happening are pretty low if you end up shooting things at people. Now, this area, I think we've already explored. God, what should I do here? And there we go. I can't believe I pulled that off. I'm feeling pretty badass right about now. And there we are. Okay. I'm just going to stop talking whenever I have to do anything complicated. I hope you guys don't mind. Sometimes when you beat obstacles like that without getting hit, though, you just like, yeah! You want to dance around the room, do a booty dance, yell shazowie and all that fun stuff. Now, this gent right here, I think the way I'm going to approach him is actually going to drop to there. There we go. And so we got him. There's the edge of the zone, so I'll get us a little bit of health. I'm not going to hit the forest just yet. Actually, yeah, let's just hit the forest, I think. Ooh. Sneaky little bugger. I had to abandon my post there. I was gonna say, where are you? I know you're coming down right above me. And so down he goes. And let's grab that chest, because I loathe to leave treasure behind when this game is all about effort versus reward. It's very easy to waste your time in this game by spending an entire time trying to unlock a chest, getting killed, or forgetting to collect a chest. Anything of that nature. Wasting your time in this game, I think, is the biggest crime. Wow, there's a lot of coins in that mob. Get rid of that chain Tor. I probably should have killed him while his spiky ball thing was below ground. Defeat all enemies. Well, if I had an axe, I could. Unfortunately, I don't have an axe. So that's that. You can see there's a little hole in the ground right there. A short person or a dwarf could get to that treasure. Fortunately, well, fortunately or unfortunately, depending on who you talk to. Ooh, I should have used the shield. Damn it. Should have used the shield. 1 second, I thought about it right as the projectile hit me. Should have used the shield. And so down he goes. We'll grab a little bit of extra treasure. I apologize if you're just face-palming ridiculously at my ineptitude at the moment. I'm probably going to apologize a lot during this series because I know that deep down you guys get frustrated with how terribly I play sometimes. But I can't help it. I'm a creature of habit. And unfortunately, forgetfulness seems to be the habit that plagues me the most. Let's destroy some stumpage and some mushrooms here. We're going to use him to... Oh, no. I'm actually fairly surprised we dodged damage right there. I mean, in the long run, we didn't. Here's the second boss room, which is actually pretty sweet because we're going to get a double dose of num-nums. So, oh, we unlocked the silver helm early. That's going to be a really nice upgrade for us. Not going to fight the boss yet. Definitely can't take that boss as of... Oh, yeah, the color came back. Bugs, maybe? Let's go back to the teleportation stone. We're going to teleport this way. Our health is getting low enough to where I feel like the forest is probably a gamble on our current run for now. I think we're getting close enough to attack the first boss, to be fair. I love doing that right there where the spikes follow behind you. I don't know why, it's entertaining every single time. So we'll get ourselves nestled in right here, jump in and take out him, and then tap his friend in the face as well. There's that second chandelier that I almost missed out on. And since your health is low, that's a boombox, or I'm sorry, it's a jukebox. It actually just plays music, that's all it really does. Okay, so we're gonna have to deal with him pretty quickly. Rezoning, once again, a great strategy. You might consider it if you're having trouble. So there, that's why I really like the sprint dash, is it allows us to bypass a lot of the troubles of dealing with some of the traps in this game, especially spike traps. If you can tap the key fast enough, you can actually go straight the hell over the top of them and not have to worry about it. We have another downward destination over here that it looks like we can move around. And since we don't have any MP missing, I don't really see that as being a useful pickup for now. Oh, he hit me. I thought I was going to be able to duck that, unless I hit the spikes on the wall. I wasn't really paying attention, as always. And down he goes. I do wish that there was a walk if I held the control stick down a little bit. Unfortunately, there does not appear to be, so that I could inch my way towards edges, but that's part of the challenge of the game, is getting that steady hand, which unfortunately, regardless of all the practice my hand has had, it is not as steady as I would prefer it to be. So here's the boss room once again, get ourselves some more treasure. It would almost be worth it to see if we could tackle the first boss right now, except that I'm at such low health without any type of life drain rune to get it back that I think what I may consider doing is actually just freezing the castle on our next run, maybe. See if we can get rid of all of them. There is once again a gap in the stone so that little people can get through and get some free treasure, but I cannot. Now, little people would have to deal with the fact that as going through there, they couldn't swing through the floor like I can. But considering there's treasure right there, and I like to see treasure, it makes me sad. Makes me sad deep down. And that's going to go to the next zone, correct? Okay. And it looks as though I believe we've cleared out just about everything on the first floor. Let's go ahead and see if we can track down a little bit of health first, and then maybe I'll give a boss challenge one go before we get on out of Dodge with this episode. So there's nothing in this room that I can tell. We'll go ahead and... which way back do I want to take? Oh, okay. So left... actually, I could just teleport, can't I? I can. So let's go ahead and teleport to... here is going to be the quickest. I'm getting a little quieter as we go along in this episode. My voice has given out on me, unfortunately. I'm still afflicted. I have some kind of bacterial infection in my throat, actually, and I've been working really hard to get rid of it. I've been using all kinds of mouthwashes and things of that nature, but it comes as a... I get, at the beginning of every summer, my allergies are so bad that I tend to get throat infections, which are quite unpleasant. They give you a really bad sore throat. It feels almost like you have... oh, I wouldn't say laryngitis, but it feels very similar, having had laryngitis before. And it looks like that's going to be the last health pickup for the area, so let's go ahead and go back to the boss. We'll give him a go, just to refresh my memory on what he does. I don't recall him doing anything spectacular. I seem to remember him being a little bit of a pushover, but I don't recall. Khidr the Gatekeeper. So let's see what we can pull off here. Ah, yes. Now I remember. He is a challenge to your blocking skills. And so he's going this way now with his rotation. Oh, but I fell off the platform. That's fun. That's an enjoyable experience. See if we can get a little bit more damage leveled off against him. Oh, he's rotating this way this time. And so let's do a little bit more damage. He's rotating this way, it appears. Do a little bit more here. I think I can take him. Especially if he just sits there and lets me beat on him. So yeah, I remember that boss now. He's not so bad. Especially if you got a shield. And plus, because I didn't have to freeze the castle, we got the full amount of money from him. So we'll jump down in here and get probably about 2,000 gold. And we'll get 3 gems, which is going to increase our MP by 15 total. And so we still get to finish off our life, though. It's not over. You might think the enemy would end the game right here, but it's going to light up the door, and now we're ready to face off with the forest. So let's head over that way and see if our skills can carry us through. If our skills can pay the... somewhat... I think it's going to be quicker to go this way. We'll go like so. Yeah, so we'll just ride this one out until we end up dead. We've already found the other boss room. I don't remember what the forest boss does. I think he's a skull, and I think he just summons a ton of ads, as I recall. And if you're intelligent about it, it's just an ad control fight. Like, you just have to know when to DPS and when to fight ads. And because life drain exists, it actually makes the whole process that much easier too, because you can just life drain your way to victory off of the little ads. The only mobs that I remember being really, really nasty in this game were the final 2 mini-bosses. So there's Ponce de Leon, who takes a little bit of practice. There's the big slime guy, which once you lock in on the slime guy, he's actually really easy. He's actually controlled DPS. You just can't DPS him as quickly as you might want to, and that's how you get through him easily. The fountain was fairly difficult until I figured it out. But Johannes, I'm sorry if I'm posting spoilers here, Johannes was not so bad, and I really do apologize. I didn't mean to give off spoilers right there, so I would be bowing anime style right now, just kissing the dirt at your feet if I've just ruined the game for you somehow. I mean, the storyline's not really the selling point for this game anyways, but let's see if we can get rid of that skull, because I don't like all these spikes. I really do wish that we had the ability that made the spikes not go off. Oop, not going to do that. There we go. Handle one slime at a time. As you get further down into the game, the slimes do replicate more and more. Kind of reminds me of a joke when... if I can remember it. Let's see here. That's what it was. I wrote a joke a long time ago when I was considering doing stand-up, where it was like, when amoebas separate, or when there's like cellular mitosis or whatever, when they replicate, do they say, was it good for you? And I remember the punchline was a lot funnier, but that's really the gist of the joke. Will you pray for assistance? These give you one-time buffs. We got Calypso's Compass. I don't recall what it does. I think it leads us to the boss room, is my best estimate. I walked right into that one like a complete and total idiot. I should have waited for him to fire that, and then just kind of stood away. Rooms like this, oh no! My colorblindness has betrayed me. I couldn't see the little rune on the ground. I heard the sound, but there it is. And so that's going to be the end of this second episode of our Rogue Legacy playthrough. And I think for our next playthrough, I will go with... Ooh, I don't like any of these choices. All these choices are less than optimal. I suppose I'll take the Gay Dwarf Barbarian Queen. So there it is. The Gay Dwarf Barbarian Queen will be our next run. The upgrades we are going to select from, I'm obviously going to upgrade and get my favorite class, the Ninja, the Shinobi. And then I think what I'll do here is let's go take a look at the gear that we have on hand before I break off the episode. I want to do all the upgrades in one go. The silver helm I want. See how much gear there is that I'd actually like to tackle right now. There's enough gear to tackle at the moment. There we go. There's enough gear at the moment where I should think about upgrading my weight capacity. What rune did we got? The curse rune, and I forget what that does. We have the vault rune, which allows us to double jump. We have the curse rune, which makes the enemies really hard but gives us more money. I don't think I've ever used that rune. I probably should have for some of my money farming journeys, but never did. Never did. And so let's upgrade our equip up. So I'll have 100 weight for now. We might also consider increasing our crit chance, because critting, contrary to popular belief, critting is pretty nice in this game. If you can get it up to the point where it goes off a lot, you can make a mediocre class like the mage. The mediocre attack power of the mage is the number one reason I don't like him. He's got low HP, he's got low attack power, and what does he get out of it? Some terrible magic spells that you probably aren't going to use that much anyways. And so, I'll go with attack up for now. I'd like to get our baseline hits up to where we're killing things in the forest with one swing. And once we've got that rounded off, I think we'll be in a really nice spot to take on other aspects of the game. We're 5 gold too low for the silver helm. We already bought the knight chest, so I may as well equip that outright. And the knight's boots we can afford, so let's equip the knight's boots. And so there we are, our Gay Dwarf Barbarian Queen, who will go into the castle in our next episode. If you guys are still interested in seeing me play this game, let me know down in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care out there, everybody.